Well, the guy that the Trump administration tells federal judges has no real power or authority over the federal government or cuts in spending, that same guy, Elon Musk, wearing all black like he was some sort of demented Johnny Cash, a Grim Reaper, showed up at the first cabinet meeting for Donald Trump. He's like, I don't know who is the president of the United States. Is it, and I'm starting to believe more and more that loop that was playing in the housing and urban development of Donald Trump sucking the toes of Elon Musk. I was waiting for, in the middle of the cabinet meeting, Donald Trump to run over, take off Elon Musk's booted foot, and start sucking on the toes. What's he doing in the cabinet? I'm Michael Popok. Let's get to the bottom of this in Legal AF. If proximity shows power, when people want to fight for offices next to Donald Trump, what do you call it? Where everywhere Donald Trump goes, his shadow is not far behind, in the form of Elon Musk. Let's get this straight for those that don't follow this as closely as we do on Legal AF. Holding a cabinet meeting, your first cabinet meeting, where you're announcing what you think to be a series of successes, really failures during the first 5 weeks of your administration, you want literally hovering over you as some sort of shadow president, literal Elon Musk? And you see how nervous, I'm going to show a clip in a minute of how nervous all the rest of the cabinet looks with Elon Musk sitting there, who's like an ambassador without portfolio. He was the captain of chaos, standing there as they are openly defying Elon Musk and telling their federal workers under their control not to respond to Elon Musk. Let's play the first clip of this strange turn of events inside the Oval Office today. Let's take a look.
And that's the way it works. So I'd like to have Elon Musk please say a few words.
Well, thank you, Elon. Thank you, Mr. President. I actually just call myself a humble tech support here because this is actually it's crazy.
Okay, so I'm sorry. What is he doing there? Let me just remind everybody that in the federal hearings, before federal judges, and there's 92 judges assigned in these various cases around the country, and there's some duplicate. There's 92 cases against the Trump administration, and we're only 5 weeks. I'm recording now, 5 weeks into the administration. There's already 35 preliminary injunctions, temporary restraining orders, and stays. They're averaging 7 a week on the injunction side. They're averaging 3 a day on the lawsuit side. And every time, I'd say about a third of the lawsuits deal with Elon Musk and Doge. And the lawyers for the Department of Justice look federal judges in the eye and lie to them and say, he's just a special advisor. He's like Anita Dunn, who used to work for Joe Biden. He's no different than that. Or what, Steve Bannon? But I don't remember Anita Dunn being brought into cabinet meetings and addressing the assembled. I mean, look, it's normal to have staffers and advisors in the room. You can have them not at the table. You can have them sort of ringing the outside, taking notes. This guy thinks he's the bride at the wedding and the body at the funeral. I defy anyone watching this next clip, to tell me who's running this meeting. Let's play the clip.
1 million employees.
It's not a high bar, guys. Come on.
Roughly 1 million employees have responded so far to this email. Does that mean that the remaining 1 million or so federal employees now risk being terminated? And is it your understanding and expectation when you post a directive on X that the cabinet secretaries will follow that order? Because several agencies have instructed employees that this is voluntary or not to respond.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it was like last week, the president encouraged me via Truth Social and also via phone call to be more aggressive. And I was like, okay, yes, sir, Mr. President, we will indeed do that. The president is the commander-in-chief. I do what the president asks. And I said, can we send out an email to everyone just saying, what did you get done last week? And the president said yes, so it did that. We got a partial response. We're going to send another email. But our goal is not to be capricious or unfair. We want to give people every opportunity to send an email. And the email could simply be, what I'm working on is too sensitive or classified to describe. In fact, literally that would be sufficient. I think this is just common sense.
And what is your target number for how many workers, employees you're looking to cut total?
We wish to keep everyone who is doing a job that is essential and doing that job well. But if the job is not essential or they're not doing the job well, they obviously should not be on the public payroll.
I took direction from the president to get more aggressive. To do what? You know, you've already lied to the American people, Elon Musk, with this phony wall of receipts on your website saying that you've saved the country $69 billion when it's closer to $9 billion. And I don't even believe that number. I don't, and at what cost and expense? That's what this administration never levels with the American people and tells them at what cost and expense. We have a federal judge, Ali Khan, in her scathing preliminary injunction order just yesterday, said out loud, you cut the fuel to the U.S. economy and the supply of federal funding to not-for-profits and state agencies without regard to its ramifications, without giving anyone time to prepare. That is the very definition of arbitrary and capricious. That's the very definition of unreasonable. And then this is what I would do if I were handling any of these cases. As people know, I'm a 35-year practicing lawyer in federal courts like the one I talk about. Here's what I would do. I would, if I was the plaintiff and I was moving against the Trump administration and they tried to argue that one of these lackeys for the Department of Justice tries to argue to a federal judge as an officer of the court that Doge or that Elon Musk has no power, I'd say, Judge, we'd like to roll Exhibit A, the first cabinet meeting of the President of the United States. And I defy you to tell me who's presiding over this meeting. Because by all appearances, by all optics, it's Elon Musk, the man dressed in black. Yeah. So there are times when Donald Trump's, whether it's social media posting or it's events like this where he invites whatever part of the press he decides he wants to invite to attend, where those exact moments, those exact events get used in the courtroom. We saw it when Donald Trump was criminally prosecuted. He would say something in social media or during one of those stupid press conferences out in front of the courthouse, and it would immediately be used and recycled against him in the court. They'd have a printer. The lawyers would have a printer in the courtroom ready to print out in real time Donald Trump's running commentary to be used as evidence against him. Where he lied, he would go out on the steps where he wasn't under oath and he'd lie to people, and then it would be used against him in the court of law. We're just seeing another version of that as plaintiffs' lawyers figure out how to outmaneuver Donald Trump. So I would just compile all of these clips of Elon Musk, the proximity to power. Yeah. And now I watch it and I'm wondering if that video that played on HUD screens, housing and urban development screens, over and over again on a loop, that was supposed to be deep fake AI of Donald Trump sucking Elon Musk's toes. I'm wondering if that was a deep fake. Maybe that really happened. Long live the real king. I understand. Now look, what can we do about it? We got to continue to speak truth to each other, speak truth to power, call it out, examine it with searing analysis and commentary. I do it right here on Legal AF. You've already joined me. Hit the free subscribe button. Help us continue to grow this pro-democracy channel. So until my next reporting here on this channel that I curate at the intersection of law and politics called Legal AF, the Legal AF podcast on Wednesdays and Saturdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on the Midas Touch YouTube channel, or on the new Popok Live podcast on Tuesday nights at 8 p.m., only on Midas Touch, I'm coming to you with honesty, sincerity, and with a searing intellect that I'm devoting to my analysis on your behalf. I'm Michael Popok, and I'm reporting. In collaboration with the Midas Touch Network, we just launched the Legal AF YouTube channel. Help us build this pro-democracy channel where I'll be curating the top stories at the intersection of law and politics. Go to YouTube now and free subscribe at Legal AF MTN. That's at Legal AF MTN.